What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny Morning Show for August 15th, 2017. We're still in 2017, right?
Yes.
I haven't blacked out and it's not 18 yet.
I'm on it. I'll figure it out.
Could you look the data up for me, please?
Yeah.
Also, could you put a poll, Andy, on the Twitter? Is it 2018 or 2017? That would be great.
Can we get some answers on that?
Yeah,
because I've been wondering about it. I've been really worried
I don't like to be wrong on the internet.
Right.
I like to double check.
You gotta
my facts.
double check. Poll the ask the audience.
Yeah, you gotta poll
Phone
the
a
audience.
friend.
Let's see what the chat's saying. Chat, let us know what day today is and what the year is. Of course, I'm Nick Scarpino, joined by an amazing guest today, Meg Turney. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. I'm very excited. You're doing the morning show with us today, and then you're also going to be our guest on GOG at 3 o'clock. And so for everyone that's supporting us on Patreon, you can see that live at 3 o'clock today, 3 p.m. Pacific time, which you should always just assume I'm talking Pacific time, because I don't like to talk in any other time zones.
I like that earlier you were like, hey, you're on the morning show, right? And I was like, I'm here. I exist to serve. I don't.
10 minutes ago, I was like, hey, Meg, what's going on? So you're on the show today. And she's like, whatever. I was like, great, let's do this thing.
Yeah, no, I've been looking forward to it.
I'm going to tell you one thing right now. That's our nom de plume. You fit in here perfectly now.
Exactly.
Right? There's not a day that goes by that I'm not supposed to know something in this office. I'm supposed to know something in this office that I just don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know that, and I used the rest of your coffee creamer, so.
Oh, that's totally
Get
fine.
fucked kind of funny. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can absolutely say that.
Okay,
yeah, you can absolutely say that. No, I mean that's it's freedom of expression here. You can say whatever you want. The only thing we're on Twitch, so we have to adhere to their guidelines. But I'm not even sure what those are anymore.
That's fair. You can't have any sexual, you can't have sex games.
Right, no sex games.
So no sex games.
Right. I'm pretty sure you can't have sex either.
No.
Right. And I'm just gonna shout out right now. What the fuck, Twitch?
Yeah, why?
What the fuck?
Why?
It's 21st century.
It's 21st
That's
century.
right. Yeah. It's 2018.
Gosh.
You should be able to have sex games.
You should be able to have sex games on Twitch. That's all I'm saying. If a kid can open up Twitter and see all of those random people that like all of my comments, and then I go and they only have one tweet where it's like, hey, would you like to have sex with me? Here's my number. Kids, if they have access to that, let them watch some Leisure Suit Larry or whatever the newest sex game is.
Have you seen the new version of that? There are those girls that are like, I want to push me on a dick, right? Those porn bots, okay. But the new ones are girls who, they're fake accounts, but then they compliment, they'll be like, Meg, love your eyes. Hey, celeb leaks XXX.
Yeah.
Any photos of her? And it's like a Twitter that they're spamming for.
It's hilarious because you're like, the sad thing is, they wouldn't keep doing this if it didn't work.
I know.
So someone falls for this stuff.
Oh,
and I'll be
absolutely.
honest with you, I'm a 37-year-old man, happily married. But every once in a while I see that and I'm like, ooh. And then I'm like, no, I can't.
No,
what am I? This is clearly a bot. This is clearly a bot. No one's ever talked to me like this before. Now, Meg, this is your first time doing the morning show, so I'm going to give you the spiel, the glockenspiel, along with the audience. Of course, the Kind of Funny Morning Show happens every day, 11 a.m. Pacific time, here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. You can come watch us live. You can be in the chat, hang out with me, hang out with Meg. I mean, this is probably the only day she's going to be here for a long time, but she's here now. And of course, if you don't have time, if you're in London or if you're in a different time zone, you're like, dude, I sleep or I got work or I got a family, and you can't watch live, no big deal. We post this to YouTube every day as well as podcast services. But if you do watch live, you get cool stuff. If you want to be a subscriber to us, for instance, you get private chat time with us, some fun emotes, and all sorts of stuff like that. Of course, how do you become a subscriber? Well, you can give us your hard-earned money, or if you have Amazon Prime, like everyone else does, I know you have that, you get one free Twitch Prime subscription, which you can give to us if you'd like. If not, give to other fun artists that are on Twitch.
And then you have to renew it every single month. It doesn't auto-renew.
And it's annoying. And it's really annoying.
And
then people go, why does Nick keep telling me every day? It's because Amazon.
Yeah.
So direct your questions at one of the 300 emails I'm sure you can find for Amazon and let them know that. Now, Meg, before we get into the nerdy news you need to know, we like to do a few housekeeping things.
Okay, I'm ready.
They're mostly just shout-outs for stuff that we're doing or our friends are doing.
Okay.
While we're doing that, Joey, can you do me a favor? Can you find that tweet I was talking about earlier?
Yes.
Can you put that in the last of the shout-outs? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
What? Girl, where were you?
It's Greg Miller's tweet.
I was in here probably.
It's Greg Miller's tweet about his wife, Jen Millar, catching up on Game of Thrones. If you can watch that, that'd
It was
be great.
this morning. I'd like to call it the bullshittiest tweet I've ever read.
I would like
get to
it's the tweet heard around the world.
That's right.
Really is what it is. We're going to get to that as soon as you find it.
What is the issue with the tweet?
Well, we're going to get to that.
You got to find the tweet.
No, I have it.
You have the tweet. Bring the tweet up. Let's watch.
Well,
let's
wait
look
a
at that
second.
first.
I feel like I'm not comfortable with you not knowing the issue for the tweet.
No,
Oh,
I
she'll hear
wrote
the
the
issue.
tweet.
I know exactly.
Oh, I see. Ghost ride the whip.
Greg Miller, in an effort
This is a direct quote from Greg, though.
to promote, I guess, the Troy Baker episode of the Game of Greggy show, says, I never loved @Gangstar, his wife, Jen Miller, more than when she caught up on Game of Thrones and thought it was overrated.
That's a direct Greg Miller quote.
Yeah. But see, the issue is...
I think that, here's the thing. This is hearsay. This is not, if this came from @Gangstar's Twitter, I would be like, okay, then she clearly said this. This is Greg potentially paraphrasing, and you know she doesn't speak English all that well.
Let me tell you. Go ahead, because I'm ready.
That's what he wrote, or that's what he said in the video.
What I'm saying is maybe we should call Jen.
I think that's a great idea.
And hear it directly from the horse's mouth.
Trending gamer, trending lamer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I want you to know that I stayed there last night and I heard this directly from Jen.
Oh, she said it. Oh, so you could attest to this.
I'm ready to. Interesting. Oh, suddenly I'm not a reliable source.
Greg, you know I love your wife.
Yeah, what about it?
Well, Greg agrees with her.
I think it's time to end this.
She's right. I'm right. Here's the thing, everybody. I've been quietly and secretly watching this season just to see, because somebody's got to be in there. Think of it this way.
No, you haven't. He hasn't. That's just a
Nobody.
Think of it this way. There's a pot of water, and I'm the thermometer in there, all right? And you're all bopping around being bubbles.
What you're saying
and I got to decide what's up. This last episode sucked.
What?
Boring.
What?
Boring. Boring. What? I cut boxes up the entire time to recycle them.
Then maybe you should stop cutting shit and pay attention to the fucking show because it was amazing.
It was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, we're separated again.
Now wait.
Shut up, Lawrence of Arabia. I've been sick of you since season 1.
Have you seen all the episodes that came prior to this episode?
Not last season.
What are you doing?
Last season it was done. It had been boring for 5 seasons. I didn't care about season 6. Now I'm watching season 7.
Can I rescind my decision to be on this fucking show?
Did you just scrape the scale off them?
Yeah, with fucking crazy different ointments and stuff, and also
Samwise Gamgee figured it out.
That's right. That's right.
He went to that part of the Harry Potter library that you're not supposed to go to, and he took all the books and he figured it the fuck out, bro. He's the smart one.
Thing too. That was the other thing. Everybody was like, "Yo, dog." This is Tim. Yo, dog, and come in. This is last week's episode. Did you see it? The end of that episode sucked too. Oh,
fuck off!
Daenerys finally did something. Oh, round of applause. A round of applause.
Here's the thing. I understand when people like chime in with controversial opinions because they want people to be like, oh, they're thinking about it. No one in this world saw fucking Drogon come over that horizon and didn't go, oh shit, oh shit, it's going down. Dracarys, chills on my body.
One more season, Greg.
Yeah, 6 more episodes, okay? In another season.
Piece of shit.
How dare you?
I just want to follow the eunuch around forever, all right?
Varys?
Yeah.
Start learning people's names.
No,
I can't trust you if you don't know people's names.
I refuse to.
Fuck you,
They all
brother.
got too many
Get the
names.
fuck out of here.
Khaleesi, Dany, Queen of Dragons, Mother Eggs.
I mean, to be fair, she does have like 4 names.
She does, but that's what like rulers have.
They do have
Robert Baratheon had a
Breaker of Chains or whatever it was. I liked those. Yeah. I would like us to maybe for a God topic one day we come up with all of our names.
Oh,
like what my name would be. Like I would be Nick, eater of protein, purveyor of low carbs, or something weird like that. You know what I mean? Like something cool. What is going on with your nails right now? Can I see these?
My diva nails?
Those are amazing. Do we have Sky Cam on this?
Maybe.
Can we get Sky Cam?
Diva.
Joey's learning how to do all this stuff.
No worries. I'll hold them here. They'll stay.
Okay, we don't have Sky Cam. Just show them to the regular cam.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Or a close-up cam actually is probably smarter.
I don't know where to put my hands.
There we go.
Okay.
I'm loving these.
So there's like Diva's rabbit is here, and that's all shiny. And actually, this one was the same one, but I broke it, so they did sparkles.
Those are the shirts that I always wear, Nick.
What's that?
Diva.
Diva
from Overwatch.
Oh, I see. Okay, great. Awesome. Hey, there we are. That's a little out of focus. I just want everyone to know we're just gonna. She came in a little bit.
I came in
there
like
you
a
go.
red.
I have something very important to.
Yeah, give it to me.
Very important update. 58% of people think that it's 2017.
Oh, 58. Okay, 58%.
Thank you. Can you also can you put another poll up?
Okay.
Is @Gangster crazy?
Okay.
Can I also get, while you're doing stuff, can I get a nude tane? Anybody?
A new what?
Nude tane? It's a Tim and Eric joke. Chat's gonna get it.
Chat's gonna get it. Chat's gonna laugh.
That's all right.
Chat's gonna laugh.
That's fine.
Couple more housekeeping
the one with
things.
Paul Rudd? That's like the only Tim and Eric sketch I've ever seen. Nude Tane.
If you weren't following us last weekend, we were obviously at a bachelor party in Las Vegas where we wore amazing shirts and people had expressed some interest in having those shirts. So we are now selling those shirts. Limited edition Kevin Coelho Likes to Party 2017 Bachelor Party t-shirts are now available on our store. Get those while they last. They're going very, very, very fast. There's a limited edition printed, so we're not taking orders. There's just, I think there's like 250 or something like that. So get them now. Also, if you're on the store, there is an amazing summer sale happening as well. So if you're there, a lot of items are marked down significantly, and we will probably not be bringing these items back. So the kind of casual shirt, for instance, the stickers, some pop sockets, this amazing hoodie that I wish I had one of, and that my wife really, really wants one, and now that it's gone, I'm gonna be like, babe, I'm sorry, I failed you for the last time.
That's it.
I have failed you for the last time.
No joke, it's a really, really comfy sweatshirt.
I know, and my wife saw it and was like, hey, that's cool. Can you get me one of those so I can wear it to work every morning when I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning? And I was like, yes, I totally can, and I still haven't done it yet because I am a lousy husband, but I'm an excellent provider, which is why she stays with me.
That would be one of your titles. Excellent provider.
Excellent provider, purveyor of protein,
again, you
master
gotta
of the
stop saying
low carb.
protein, because protein is like jizz is protein.
No, it's fine.
And people say that,
We're
and
in
it's
San
just
Francisco,
whenever you say that, I just can't stop thinking about it.
Last piece of housekeeping news. As you know, Cool Greg and Kevin are going to SummerSlam this weekend, August 19th. They're going to be there. Greg's going to interview all sorts of fun people. It's going to be cool. Because of that, they're there. People expressed interest in wanting to do a meet and greet, right? So you guys are doing, there's a best friends meetup. You guys are going to be at that meetup, right? Come in and talk about this.
Do it.
Yay.
Wait.
There it is. Here, right here's a good space.
All right, yeah, so there's a meet and greet that's happening, and we are, like, it was already planned, and we're just jumping on top of it and joining them.
So if you are in Brooklyn, New York, on the 19th, or anywhere near that, the tri-state area, you can come in and hang out with Cool Greg and Kevin, and let me tell you one thing right now. Kevin likes to get nasty. Cool Greg will just watch, but Kevin will get nasty with you. He'll get sweet nasty with you. By that I mean he'll get really drunk and you guys can like sweat together. It'll be super fun. All right, Nick. That's all the housekeeping news for today. Now we're gonna go into actually some of the real news.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna give our expert commentary, and by that I mean we're gonna whine a lot about stuff we like and don't like.
I'm excited because I kind of looked around like news today, and I remembered I had a flashback to, oh God, I hated when there was no news.
Yeah,
There's just no news.
That's right. That's right. So that's kind of a no. It's kind of one of those days today.
It is. I'm ready to bullshit about news.
There we go. Let's bullshit about news. Our first story comes over from our friends at IGN, who they've been following this story that EW has this very, very big article on the new Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi. The new Star Wars movie, They're getting confusing. I'm sorry.
No worries.
The Empire Strikes Back, Last Jedi. It doesn't matter. The Last Jedi is coming out. There's new details on some of the heroes and villains here. You can go through this slideshow. They have picked the 8 biggest things they want to talk about. So if you want spoilers for The Last Jedi, they're here a little bit. I don't.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't either. So no one's gonna look at the slideshow.
So I started looking through the slideshow and I read one little blurb and I was like, I'm done. I don't need to know this. Here's what I want to ask you. Where do you come down on how much is too much when it comes to all this stuff? Because literally you can probably see the entire movie before it's out.
I don't. At this point, I don't. I try even to avoid trailers sometimes. Like I'll watch like the first trailer is usually the teasiest.
The teaser, and then maybe the official first trailer just to get hyped. Yeah.
Because then they start throwing in different bits. Trailers are like 3.5 minutes long I feel like I've seen the whole plot.
Like it shows you so much of the plot, you start seeing the next movie in it. You're like, wait a minute, was that Infinity War 2?
No,
what
thank you.
What the fuck is this?
I can't, I used to be very like, oh, I see everything, so I'm so excited. And now I have to take it
Well, see, I feel like I was the same with you. And I feel like we were the problem.
Yeah,
because the more we consumed that, the more they were like, clearly there's an interest for this stuff. And then they started giving us trailers like 2 years ahead of time for movies that were going to come out. And then by the time the movie came, there are certain movies that aren't obviously not huge Marvel or Star Wars movies, but there are certain movies that come out and I'm like, I thought that movie came out a year ago.
I feel like I know.
Because I feel like I've seen the fucking thing already. Yeah,
I get, even at this point now, I get bummed when I see a trailer in the theater because I'm like, oh, I can't avoid it now.
I know,
can't
that's the
close
problem.
This
and I used to
window.
love that. When I was a kid, I used to love, like, if we were late for a movie, I would literally throw a fit. I'm
Oh,
like,
of course. You gotta get the trailers.
Get the trailers, because that was our only outlet for it. That was like before the internet was even a thing, so.
Or you'd see like a public access show that would do like the movie trailers.
Oh,
you ever see
right.
those?
You're like, oh, what?
movie
Yeah, that'd be
trailer
amazing.
show.
That was awesome. That was like my favorite part of being young. That and overeating Twinkies. That was always super fun too. So go to IGN.com if you guys want to see more details about this, but I'm pretty sure pretty much everyone in the chat is like me. You either know already or don't want to know and want to have a little bit of a surprise. Because the more details I read about this, the more I realize it's just Empire Strikes Back, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But jury's still out. Jury's still out on that.
I'm ready for it to be out.
Now, here's an important question in our friendship.
Okay.
Where do you come down on two things? Bond and Daniel Craig as Bond.
I like Daniel Craig as Bond because he's like a classic English gentleman to me. The longer I'm with Gavin, the more I appreciate him as a Bond. But Sean Connery will always be my Bond.
Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So will it pain you to know that he has still not made a decision as to whether or not he wants to continue to be Bond?
But he said he would rather die than be Bond, like a year ago.
He said he would rather slit his wrists.
Yeah.
Not necessarily die, but just go to the hospital for a break. And I think that was what. Now, to be fair, people always bring that up. I give him the benefit of the doubt. He was knee deep in the middle of the press tour for that, and I think he just didn't want any more to do with the series.
100%. Greg and I actually were talking about doing conventions. If you asked me at the end of convention season
whether or not you wanted to do it again,
I'd say I'd rather slit my wrists than be at another convention.
So I can understand that you spend a year of your life on a film, and then you spend the next like 2 months promoting the film, and you're probably a little bit.
You're just burned out.
Hurt.
Sure.
With people.
Maybe the worst choice of words you could have selected.
So
but that's okay.
wanting to slit your comparing it to something that's so bad that you have to kill yourself might not have been the best way to do it. But this story comes from the Hollywood Reporter over here. Aaron Couch says the star says he's not holding out for more money or anything like that, but he still has not made a decision. Quote, I hate to burst the bubble. He was speaking on a radio show. He said, I hate to burst the bubble, but no decision has been made at the moment. There's a lot of noise out there and nothing official has been confirmed. And I'm not like holding out for money or doing anything like that. Sure.
Yeah, all right.
It's just all very personal decisions to be made at the moment, Craig said on the Morning Magic 106.7. Oh, that's Kiss FM.
Why is he doing that? Why is he doing that show? I think he's a little above that, maybe.
If I'm not mistaken, if he's in LA, 106.7 is Kiss FM. No, not Kiss FM. It's K-Rock. Is K-Rock 106.7?
No clue.
Is it 106.5?
K-Rock. Doesn't matter. Quote, I know they're desperate to get going, and I would in theory love to do it, but there's no decision yet.
That sounds like, my agent said it's looking pretty good, but not great, so I'm just gonna put the pressure on.
They haven't come through with the $20 million asking price that I'm asking for right now, so let's just be a little wishy-washy until everything else
To be honest, like he had some really good, like Casino Royale is a great film.
Phenomenal.
It's so good. So I think he did his, you did a good job. Give me Idris Elba.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
I want a black Bond.
That's what people are saying.
I want a black Bond.
I've often said this, and the chat's gonna be like, oh God, here he goes again. Because I go on diatribes about Bond all the time. I think that Bond needs to be one of those series where you just contract someone for three movies.
Yeah, 3 movies
right?
is
and
pretty
then
solid.
Use Bond as a moniker, as a code name. Right, where you don't necessarily have to have it always in canon, where it's just he's Bond now, like not kind of similar to what they do with Doctor Who, but then that's like the same person. I'm just saying like bring it in like it's there's like 15 James Bonds happening. Every time one dies, you just put he's James Bond 007.
See, I'm on your side for that, but Gavin is obsessed with James. He's on all Bond films a million times. He loves Bond, and he is vehemently opposed.
The thing is, Bond is, and I am a pervert. We all know this about me. Like I like to make a lot of hilarious jokes.
I'm excited for whatever comes next.
Bond, even to me, is a little bit too old-fashioned. Like it needs a little bit of a, hey, let's bring it into the new world. Like,
but that's kind of one of the things I liked about Casino Royale. I feel like there were some things
that was why everyone loved Casino Royale, and then they went backward with it, right? They went Casino Royale, and then the unfortunate aspects or the circumstances that led to Quantum of Solace with the writer's strike and all that stuff derailed them. And then when they came back with Skyfall, everyone's like, oh, cool, it's a return to form. But the problem is that form, I think, is a bit outdated.
I understand, too, that like Skyfall, they tried to play to diehard Bond fans. Yes. I guess there was a lot. See, when I saw it, I was like, man, a movie that makes Christoph Waltz boring to me is like, it didn't do well. And Gavin was like, oh, what do you mean? This is a scene from the other. And I'm like, nobody gives a shit,
nobody cares anymore. That's the problem.
So
what they did was they had a really cool progressive film with Casino Royale. And they were progressing in a way that I thought was very updated and very cool. Like, Bond was very faded. He was this kind of depressed character who kind of knew he was going to die at any given point, right? Then we get Quantum of Solace, and everyone's like, I don't know about this, it didn't do well, and they got scared, and they went back to their roots with gadgets and cars and all, like, invisible cars and shit like that. And I feel like...
What do you mean, Die Another Day? It was a fantastic invisible...
How dare you, it was good. But again, that was great for the mid-90s.
Who doesn't want an ice invisible car?
Ice to meet you. I'm sorry, that was a different movie.
No, sorry.
I Missed the Kills, actually, was one of the lines from that movie. But that was the problem, is I think it worked, and they were all, cool, we need more of this, and then they tried to do it again in Spectre, and it was like, no, this is not what people want. So they need to, this series is in flux. I don't know if Daniel Craig's the right person to actually come back in and try and save it, or if he's part of the problem. I love Daniel Craig, and I love him as Bond. He's one of my favorite Bonds.
What about Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler as a Bond.
Yeah.
Well, someone in chat someone suggested Tom Hardy as a Bond.
Tom Hardy as a Bond would be amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be so like Bond to me is like sleek and sexy, and Tom Hardy's just like smashing. You know what I mean?
Well, did you
strong.
see Tom Hardy in Inception?
Yeah, of course I did.
He played a very dashing character.
Yeah, but still, he's not a Bond to me.
No, I don't know if he can be Bond. And I also think that...
Oh, a Michael Cera Bond.
You're just naming people...
Him in Twin Peaks, I mean, come on.
Now you're just naming people who were on movies on AMC over the weekend. Because we just watched Superbad again when we were at the bachelor party. We got drunk and got pizza and watched Superbad. It was a very tame bachelor party.
You should have watched MacGruber. We'll talk about that later.
Wait, hold on. Andy, put it on the poll. MacGruber.
Fantastic film?
Daddy's Home?
Good or terrible? Good or terrible? Put it on the poll, please.
Or wonderfully terrible.
Because Meg dropped a little bomb on me this morning where she was like, we were talking, who are we talking about?
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer. And I was saying I want to do a documentary, what happened to Val Kilmer? And she was like, what are you talking about? He could not be better right now. He was just in MacGruber. And I'm like, first of all, just in MacGruber, that was like 18 years ago.
I didn't say he was just in MacGruber.
It's true, I put words in your mouth.
I said, we didn't get to this part, but Val Kilmer in MacGruber, he's a fantastic actor still, but he's got like a weird like waddle neck now that it's like, you used to be handsome.
He used to be the Iceman.
Yeah, do you remember Top Gun?
Do you remember Top Gun? Do you remember a little film I'm going to throw at you that's one of my favorite films? Probably the film that, don't ever say Batman again. I will slap the K-pop out of your hair. No, a movie called Real Genius, which was one of my all-time favorite films. Are you serious? No, it's like his breakout role. You have to go back and watch this.
Oh, really?
I'm going to set this up for you.
Okay.
He's a genius. They're at like this super genius college, right? It's like Penn State or like a MIT, or I can't remember what the fuck. I don't know.
It's the 80s? He's young.
It's the 80s. He's got to be like in his early 20s, right? Okay. And the concept is just, he's not even the main character, he's a side character. But this this kid, he's like a prodigy, he's like 15, goes to college, and he befriends Val Kilmer, and it's about lasers and cool shit like that.
Oh, cool.
But it's a comedy. And the bad guy is the guy that played Walter Peck in Die Hard. You know, the asshole newscaster guy who was always...
that 80s
Sorry,
guy.
not Walter. He was Walter Peck in Ghostbusters, but he was also in Die Hard.
That 80s man.
Anyway, I'm not selling this film for you. I'm gonna go back and get a pitch and bring it back to you on the dog show.
No, do it. I love. I'm actually, my favorite genre of films, which since we've talked about Fast and Furious so much, you might guess, is like mindless action films.
Fantastic.
And so like 80s action, like any Sly Stallone or Schwarzenegger or any of that. I'm into all of that.
Here's why you're gonna love Real Genius. The soundtrack's amazing, first of all.
Okay, good.
Second of all, at the end of the movie, it ends with Everybody Wants to Rule the World. That song.
Oh, nice,
and it's just an amazing film.
I'm totally down.
It's 80s nostalgia.
Let me give you a film to watch.
Please do.
If you're just drinking with people. Cliffhanger. It's a Sly Stallone film.
Sure.
Have you seen it? He's like a rock
Multiple
climber.
times.
Yeah. So okay, you've seen it. Has a really great drinking game. Which is like anytime you see a helicopter.
It's like a helicopter predominantly
in every scene. There's a helicopter.
Right.
They're so good. It's like anytime
like the movie opens where he's like on the thing and the helicopter comes. It's like don't you drop her.
Any shot.
Okay.
And Michael Rooker. Anytime Michael Rooker gives away the plan. Because he keeps, you don't realize it, but the entire movie is Michael Rooker screaming what people are going to do next.
Oh my God,
Keep
that's
drinking.
awesome.
I was plastered at the end of it.
Oh my God, I love that. True story, me and my buddy Stu, my best friend Stu growing up, we were like in love with this movie Cliffhanger. And we were kind of overweight kids and not very strong. But we used to do this thing where we would try to recreate that first scene to see if we were strong enough to actually pull each other up onto the rope. You know, he's got her by the hand and he's like, I got you, don't worry. And they're wearing gloves for some dumb fuck reason. Like no one climbs rocks in gloves. But he's got the gloves and he's like, you know, so we used to do that on my stairs as a kid. And I would lift, I'm like, I got you, bro. He's like, don't you drop me. And granted, it's like a foot off the ground. I'm like, I'm not gonna drop you. And then I would pull him up and boom. And that's why I have shoulder problems to this day.
I pulled my fat friend.
Next news story. Now this is probably a story, admittedly, just for me because I'm hosting the morning show today.
This is why we talked about it.
This is a a movie that's near and dear to my heart that they are remaking and probably going to drive into the fucking ground. License to Drive remake in the works at Fox. The new take on the 1988 comedy will feature female leads. Fox is hitting the road with the remake of the 1988 film License to Drive, the original comedy which starred Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, and Heather Graham. The Dreamcast. They used to call them the Dream Machine. After followed a teen who, after failing his first his driver's test, decides to go out for a night on the town with his friends. He takes his grandfather's prized 1972 Cadillac sedan DeVille out for a joyride, which leads to all sorts of trouble. It was directed by Greg Beeman with the script by Neil Tolkien. Ashley Brophy and Scott Miles from Girl Problems, which I don't know what that is, are writing the new version, which will be rebooted with female leads. John Davis is producing. Not much here, other than this is just another attempt by Hollywood to destroy my childhood.
I feel this way about the Flatliners remake.
Holy fuck, how have we not talked about this yet? Andy, are you familiar with Flatliners?
I am not.
So good. Oh my god. Vintage Julia Roberts.
Flatliners took every fucking hot young actor in the 80s and crammed them together on screen.
We got Kiefer Sutherland. We got Julia Roberts.
We got one of the Baldwins is in it.
Yes.
I forget which one, Billy or Steve or
nobody gives
Daniel.
a fuck Baldwin.
Yeah, the hot
it's
Baldwin
not
was in it. We had the dude from Lake Placid who was not admittedly very good looking, but is a phenomenal actor. Can't remember his name. It doesn't matter. The concept is this: they're medical students. You look up the cast.
You do.
Medical students, right? At this thing, and one of them goes, "Hey, we need to I want to study death, right? And the only way to know what's on the other side of death is if we kill ourselves, wait, and then we're medical students. We'll bring each other back." And so that's what we're talking about. So they have to flatline for like a minute or two, and then boom, they bring them back, and they go, "Holy shit, I saw this light, or I saw my childhood, or whatever." But then the shit that they see when they're flatlining starts coming into reality, and they don't know what the fuck, and it turns into this fucked up cerebral.
What the fuck's gonna happen? They all have to. It's actually just therapy.
Yeah.
They need to just learn to accept the things that happen in their childhood.
But that was the spoilers.
I'm sorry. But you know what? It came out 1986 or something.
Yeah,
so
if you haven't seen Flatliners, you're fucking up.
Kevin Bacon.
Fuck, how do we forget Kevin Bacon?
Kevin Bacon, 1990.
We don't forget Kevin Bacon because we just assume every 80s movie had Kevin Bacon in it. Because he was in every fucking movie.
Oh my god, love Tremors.
Tremors is so
Reba McEntire was
Dude,
in
Reba
Tremors.
Tremors was one of those movies, now we're going off on a tangent, but you know what? That's what this show's for.
Remake Tremors, okay?
Do not remake Tremors. They already made 15 Tremors.
Dude, the first Tremors is so bad. I was trying to show Gavin, because Tremors 2 is really good, but Tremors 1 is a lot of waiting around for the fucking Tremors.
But Tremors was one of those movies that I saw, I think I saw it with my brother. And I was like, we were in Arizona visiting my aunt and uncle. You know when you're on one of those boring trips and you're like, oh god, there's nothing. So we went to the movie theater, I'm like, the only thing showing is Tremors. So we sat down, I'm like, the best that can happen is I get a large popcorn and Reese's peanut butter cups, like king size. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good for a couple
whatever.
hours, right? That movie blew me away. It's actually just legitimately a fun movie.
Yeah, it is.
And largely because of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Who is, I hold, one of them, an American treasure.
He is.
Kevin Bacon's the best thing we got in America right now.
So good.
Footloose, holy shit.
I would say.
What's the one with the Tremors? Like they spray fire extinguisher on them so they don't.
So they don't heat sink. I think that's Tremors 2.
That's probably Tremors 2.
Okay.
They didn't have heat sink.
I
don't remember the Tremors having heat sinking capabilities in the original.
Because I'm trying to tell Gavin all this cool stuff, and none of it's in the first Tremors.
No, you got. No, the first Tremors was just about the big logs of shit that moved. Yeah, it was all.
It's all about the tension.
And it was about that fun back and forth between him and Fred Ward. Fred Ward, you gotta love him. He's been in everything too.
Yep.
God bless that
They
guy.
come through the gun wall and the
They had that one scene where he's running and he jumps over the little ravine, and I don't know where there's a ravine there, but I think smashes his head
into it. Yeah.
So awesome.
It was so good, man. Tremors.
Tremors is really good.
Love it. People are saying Tremors 3 was good. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, guys.
Hey. Whoa.
And there's Tremors 4, Return of Perfection.
Okay.
Wait, the Rogue says Flatlanders literally comes up with nothing on Google. It's Flatliners.
Because you're flatlining.
You flatline. Yeah. It's called the flatline in medical terms. I know that because I used to pretend like I was a doctor when I got to clubs to meet women.
Oh.
Did you see the video of Tom Cruise getting hurt filming the new Mission Impossible?
Yeah,
what is up with people getting hurt / killed on film sets lately?
I don't know. We had, first it was Walking Dead. Someone, a stunt person actually accidentally died on that. Now we've got the Deadpool. Val Kilmer hurt his career a long time ago when he went into alcoholism. The Deadpool 2 news is terrible.
Yeah.
But Tom Cruise, here's the thing about Tom Cruise. Have you seen this video?
I haven't seen it.
It's just him doing a stunt where he's jumping across literally jumping across from a scaffolding to another building top. But he's wired in.
Yeah.
But he missed the jump and slammed his knee in, right? Gets up and starts walking. He's like, oh shit. it sucks for him, and I'm sure it costs the production a lot of money, but this is another reason why I think everyone needs to fucking realize that Tom Cruise is a bad motherfucker.
He does
because he does all of his own stunts.
Yeah.
And this is the shit he does, and that's a hard stunt. I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, can we get someone slightly taller with a better hairline in here than me to come do this and be me in this?
The thing is, like, people I don't think they quite understand is, like, doing your own stunts, like, there's a lot of times on movies where the stuntman's like, yeah, just punch me, because it's not always, like, about getting out of the way of danger. It's about, like, mitigating the hurt, because you're actually going to take the hit.
You can see in this video that, he's not good.
No.
He clearly, I mean, I don't know if he just sprained his knee or just banged up his knee a little bit.
But still,
I'm sure he's fine. But he's a tough guy and notoriously fun, like great to work with. So people lay off Tom Cruise every once. I know he's got a little weird shit going on.
I like Mission Impossible more than Bond.
Oh, I do too.
Okay.
I'll be out there too. I will say the last 3 Mission Impossible films were exactly what they needed to be. Super fun, great action, great dialogue back and forth between them. Dumb shit MacGuffin, who cares what the hell they're going after? We got to go after the knock list for the 50th time. It doesn't matter. It has great set pieces and great action pieces. That's all that matters. And God bless Simon Pegg. All I'm saying.
Oh, I love him. I love when a random British actor's in something.
I know.
Like
they just make everything so cheeky.
In Logan, you're like, oh, look.
I imagine your life is just 100% cheeky.
It is cheeky. Very cheeky.
Everywhere you go, it's like, oh my God, it's so cheeky.
It's so cheeky. It's just a little cheeky something.
I love it.
A little cheeky.
I love it. How's he doing, by the way?
He's good. He's a good
Tell him
boy.
I said hello. Next time you see him, be like, Nick says hello. I can tell him myself on Twitter, but
that's okay. Don't.
I don't think he follows me. You know what? That's what time is it? That's it for the news stories. Now, let's go into this one because this will be actually interesting.
Lightning round.
Lightning round. This comes from Bloomberg. Netflix co-founder his crazy plan: pay $10 a month, go to the movies all you want.
What?
So this is something that an ex-executive at Netflix is trying to do. The basic concept is. He has a startup called MoviePass, plans to drop the price of company's movie tickets subscription on Tuesday to $9.99. That fee will let customers get into one showing every day at any theater in the US that accepts debit cards. MoviePass will pay theaters the full price of each ticket used by subscribers, excluding 3D or IMAX screens. This is fascinating.
This is really interesting to me because we have I guess they're sort of nationwide at this point, but in Austin we have Alamo Drafthouse.
We have one.
Which is always packed.
Mm-hmm.
There's no problem getting butts and seats in theaters that don't tolerate people using their phones or talking and also serve booze and food.
Right.
Just do that. Butts and seats.
Butts and seats. I think this is fascinating because this is clearly a play at, look, we're going to lose a ton of money on this, right? But we're going to get a lot of install base. Like we're going to get a lot of people using this platform, and then eventually, this is like a 5-year plan. You can totally tell. Like let's just lose money until we have so much market share on this that it changes. Like this is the kind of thinking that could literally change the landscape of movie-going experiences, and I like it because. Movie theaters are kind of my church. When I go there, I'm at the point now too. Well, I'll clean up other people's shit as I'm leaving, because I love this, but I know it's dying.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to be hard pressed to get a lot of people, that are 10 years old now to be like, I really want to go to the movies with a bunch of fucking people I don't know, a bunch of strangers, and hear them talk and put up with all that shit. So I think this is a phenomenal way to get butts in seats and to see movies the way they were originally intended to be seen, which is on the big screen with a group of strangers who you can hear do everything and check their phones. But this is actually one service that I would use. If this is legit and you can pay $10 to go see a movie a day in the theaters, I would absolutely do this.
Happily do that.
And it would pay for itself for the first movie.
It's very fitting that it's Netflix's co-founder because I feel like Netflix is. There was just some news story about how Netflix is so far in debt, but they're still their investors are just everything's great because they have such a share of the market that people love them. So
and now and they've been able to fight that war. So we'll see. Of course, now with Disney starting its own streaming service, we'll see where everyone nets out.
But they haven't decided what they're pulling from Netflix apparently. So
we'll see what happens. But I mean, if they want, let's be perfectly honest. If Disney wants a streaming service to succeed, it has to have all the Marvel movies and all the Star Wars movies.
But I'm not watching. I guess I'm not going to Netflix to watch a Marvel movie or a Star Wars.
But it begs the question, why do we go to Netflix?
I go to Netflix to see documentaries.
Okay, fair.
And That 70s Show.
I think everyone has, this would be a fascinating topic too. What do you quote use Netflix for, and then what do you really use Netflix for, right?
That 70s Show is on constantly.
I'm on season 11 of Frasier. Did you ever watch that show growing up?
Frasier.
I'm on season 11 of that show, and it's starting to get to the point where I've realized I only have about 7 episodes left.
Gotta go back.
And I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I am freaking out.
I totally understand that. I do. I also catch up on shows that like Riverdale. I went all the way
Riverdale?
through. I love Riverdale.
My wife gave that a shot, and she was like, it's not going to work for me.
You have to give it. I tried to show Gavin, and he was like, he loves Twin Peaks, so I was like, this is like the teen-er version of Twin Peaks, the CW Twin Peaks, if you will. And he was like, it's too teen for me. But if you give it a chance, I think if you get a few episodes to get in there, it really does sing. I really like it.
I might try it. I got that. That's on my list. iZombie's still on my list. I don't know if you ever watched iZombie, but
I tried and it wasn't for me.
I'm halfway through the second season. I got to go back and watch it because we had Rahul on the show the other day.
Yeah.
And he's an amazing human being. And he looked at me and he was like, "You haven't asked me what's going on with my character yet. You're not caught up on my show, are you?" I was like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "It's okay, man." But there's like a look of shame in his face.
Yeah, a little bit.
And it's actually like it's a fun show. It's one of those shows to me like that I need in my life. I need that. It's like Psych. All these shows that I've had in my past, it's like they're just shows for the sheer sake of fun. You don't have to like have it's not Game of Thrones like investment level, you know? Where it's like I don't need to like there's no research I have to do. Every time after I watch Game of Thrones, I'm like, fuck, what was that character again? How's his name? Why do they all start with T? I don't understand it. Anyway.
Thoros of Mia. How do you spell that? No, I totally feel that way.
Spell that.
No, I feel that way too, and I think with Netflix, a lot of times, well, especially now, I feel like they've pulled things and I'm like, where are you going? Netflix, like Scrubs isn't on it anymore, Bob's Burgers isn't on it anymore.
I know.
What has happened in Netflix?
This is a problem.
If they lose that 70s show, so goes
You're
me.
done.
I'm done.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I've recently come back into the fray with HBO, because every time Game of Thrones happens, I re-up my HBO subscription.
Yeah.
Because Game of Thrones, they're smart.
They have really good documentaries, by the way.
Have you watched the Defiant ones yet?
No, and I watched a clip, like an Eminem clip of it, because I'm obsessed with Eminem, but like...
Dude, it is like,
I really do want to watch it.
I don't know if you got caught up in the O.J. Simpson stuff that happened last year, where it was like people versus O.J. Simpson, and then they had the great 30 for 30. It reminds me of that because we had Straight Outta Compton, which is like the narrative retelling of the NWA story, and now there's this, and this is a 4-part documentary about that era and his life, and they actually have all that footage that you saw in the movie in reality.
That's cool.
And they were doing the documentary, Alan Hughes of the Hughes Brothers was doing the documentary as they were filming on Straight Outta Compton. So you see them on the set recreating these moments, these amazing moments in the hip-hop history of their lives that then you get to see actual footage of. And they have all this amazing behind-the-scenes footage of like him recording with Eazy-E for the first time. And
is he like awkward?
Well, it's super awkward because Eazy, like, I don't know if you know too much about NBA,
right.
but
well, it's in the movie
film,
too, yeah.
In the film, he was like, "I'm not a rapper," and that was real. He was like, and even like DOC and all these people around him, they were like, he just had a great voice, but he didn't want to rap. And so they have this footage of him just like failing over and over again. And it's so weird to see the difference between the public persona of NWA, this hard-hitting like gangster rap persona, and then behind the scenes just like, okay, one more time, dude. Like we gotta get this right. Like this is our, and like see how
it's like a craft.
Well, yeah, it's the difference between like who they were versus who they, like the marketing machine that was NWA and hip hop at the time, and how they were like the tip of the spear for that. It's very fascinating, and it's a beautifully made documentary.
I would definitely watch that. Have you seen the Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds?
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
It's so good.
Is it good? Okay.
It's so good.
I don't know that
cute.
I wasn't psychologically ready to watch the documentary about
I completely understand because I started to watch it and I paused it and then I was like, no, I'm gonna do this. Yeah. I'm gonna watch it. Fuck you too.
Jesus Christ.
No, yeah, that person also wasn't psychologically ready for it.
He was not ready. He was not ready for it.
And then the very last documentary that I know we're like going quickie here. The CNN documentaries for the decades. Have you seen those?
Oh, CNN I've seen a few of them. 70s, yeah, but I haven't watched them. Are they great?
They're so good. And the 90s just wrapped on CNN, so it'll be on Netflix soon.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
So good. I love them.
I love it. I used to watch one of my favorite all-time series was I Love the 80s. Did you ever watch that?
Oh yeah, totally. Totally.
It was so good. So I imagine they're exactly like that.
Yeah.
Well, Meg, that's it for the news right now. Next section we go into is tips. If you have any tips for us, if you've tipped us at the $5 or above level, we will read that tip right now, just like DJ Kento has given us a tip. It said, birthday tax. I turned 34 on Saturday. To celebrate, I didn't stretch properly before yoga, and I threw my back out. Yay! Also, hi, Meg. Can you please tell Gav to get a proper table leg instead of his PC?
But if you did that, it wouldn't be so funny.
I don't. Okay.
He would have. Yeah. He built a. He has like a giant PC case, and his desk rests on it because they shipped him like improper pieces for the desk. So it just like his desk like rests on it, and he could have. I mean, that's the thing. It's like he could have clearly gone out and got table legs, but fuck it, it's funnier if it's on like an $8,000 PC.
That's true. That's true. That shows. Jesus Christ. That's such a kind of funny thing to do. Mr. Yasman 300 says, Meg, did you watch CW's Riverdale? I think we covered this, but Cody from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody plays Jughead. Luke Perry and Molly Ringwald play Archie's parents. Nick, this is a fun clip for you. Joey, you can look at this fun clip. If it's good, we'll watch it. If it's not fun, throw it away.
Do not
throw it away. That's another ringing endorsement for Riverdale right there.
I will say for Riverdale, while Joey's reviewing the clip here, it is awesome. Everybody who's in it is great. Molly Ringwald did it for about 4 seconds, so don't let her be a selling point for you.
Okay, what about Luke Perry? Because I love Luke Perry.
He's like main character status. He's great, and he's fantastic in it.
Why the fuck is Molly Ringwald not in the whole thing? What's going on with her? Is she too big for her britches?
No, I don't think so. But she was in Secret Life of the American Teenager as well, so she had another show at the same time, or similar-ish times. But the coolest part of Riverdale is everybody wears the coolest clothes, because it's like, cool teens.
Right,
there's a Tumblr blog that shows where you can get all the clothes. So I got one of the sweaters.
Oh,
and I was literally like, I will buy this sweater. It is mine. Veronica's sweater. I have one of, not Veronica's sweater, the other one.
What's up? Someone just said something.
It was on TV.
Holy shit, okay. Holy crap, sorry, I thought we were talking about. Well, that's great. If you like Riverdale and you want to wear sweaters, there you go. White Guild says, I've never watched Game of Thrones, but if Greg thinks it's shit, then it's probably excellent. That is, so truer words have never been spoken, my friend.
And if you binge it, let me tell you that you're going to get so much more out of it. Because we went back and started rewatching, and I've seen it all. I'm like, I know what happens, but there was so much that I was like, oh, they referenced that like 400 episodes later.
There's a lot of stuff that they seeded out back in the day that you didn't realize was going to be a thing.
It went in one ear and out the other, and then you're like, oh my god, we're finally seeing that.
So good, it's so good.
Oh my god, and then did you see the preview for next week? Because even that's something with trailers, I almost never watch next week, but for Game of Thrones I always do. And when Thor Samir's like his sword lights up, you're like, ooh,
yeah, shit's getting real. Although I didn't see any freaking dragon glass in their hands, so that might be a big oversight on their part.
But they just came from Dragonstone, so they must have a ton of it. And also, I didn't see Ghost.
Oh, the wolf.
Yeah, he wasn't in like the posse. I didn't see him in his little posse that rolled out. Also, if Brienne Tarth and Tormund Giantsbane don't fuck this season, there is no God.
Supposedly that wasn't in the books.
Yeah, I heard it completely ad-libbed by the guy who did Tormund. Apparently he ad-libbed like the look of like, oh. And the creators were like, oh, that's funny, let's keep that.
Yeah.
So let's keep it going, because I need them to love each other.
I love when he was like, what about the tall one?
Yeah, exactly. And what about the big lady? I need them to be together so bad. They both have excellent hair, too.
Oh, God. Everyone has great hair in that show.
Can you imagine their children? Also, did you see, last thing I'll say about it.
Yeah, sure.
Do you see the side-by-side of Arya and Ned? Like, apparently Arya's costume in the most recent episode is almost exactly what Ned wore in the first season.
Oh, really?
So she's got like the exact same look.
That makes sense.
As him. It's really cute. I didn't even
cool.
notice.
Next tip comes from DJ Kento again. Says, regarding trailers, Nick, thanks for recommending King Arthur. It was a great trailer because it revealed literally none of the cool magic action shit, but that trailer didn't show enough and tanked the film. Did you see King Arthur?
I didn't see it, but I love Charlie Hunnam, so I would see it for him.
I think I've been recommending this film for a lot of people. Look, it's not the most amazing film on the planet, but it is very Guy Ritchie, because Guy Ritchie directed it. It's a fun retelling of the Arthur tale.
Sweet.
And it's got really good action pieces. Like the fucking beginning scene, you're like, that was really cool, and it's a stunningly made film. I think it just got a bad rap because people just decided they didn't want to go see it, or it just wasn't the right time for that.
It came out around other stuff too.
It did, and I think it was just a weird moment where, like, everything comes in sort of waves.
Yeah.
And so when people are ready for that kind of high fantasy thing again, I think it would have done well. Like, had this come out on the heel or the tail end of like the Lord of the Rings coming out, it may have done a little bit better. But I just think the audiences weren't ready for this, and unfortunately, it didn't do so well. But I fucking loved that movie. Final tip for now, it says I have Movie Pass for $30 right now. I use it 5 to 10 times a month. I never miss anything. It's way worth it at that price. At $10, it's a steal, and it works everywhere. There you go, $30. $10 for Movie Pass. We should all look into that because that's actually. I mean, I see at least 2 movies a month, so that would be perfect for that. Yeah. Awesome. That is it for tips for right now, guys. Queue up your tips later if you want to tip Greg and Tim when they're on Kind of Funny Games Daily in about 15 minutes. But for now, we will go into the section of this show I like to call Queue up your tips for Andrea and Greg on Games Daily, as I've just been pleasantly reminded by a fun, I don't know whose voice that was in the next room, but she sounds delightful and very knowledgeable about the games industry. Very knowledgeable about the games industry. And about life. Thank you, Andrea. Appreciate it. P.S. I love this best friend XO. XO is your opportunity to give a shout out to someone you think in our community is doing cool work or doing a good job or just a stand-up human being, which we like to have around us. How do you nominate someone for this? Well, you go to kindoffunny.com/bestfriend and you fill out the little form. Oh. We make it very easy for people. Great. Yeah, we do. The URL took us a while to get though. Just like Cool Greg did And he is shouting out Karosh. Am I saying that right, Cool Greg? Karosh?
I just read it, I think so.
Let me tell you that I did have a friend named Karosh that spelled it that way, so maybe
it's Karosh. At Cujo Prime on Twitter, I assume, said, Cool Greg said, I first became aware of Karosh when he sent Greg Miller a postcard, WrestleMania 33 themed, with his face in place of wrestlers. Since, he has been extremely helpful, creating funny and original ads for various live streams and events I've needed. I'm extremely grateful to him, to call him a best friend. Thanks for all the sweet nasty love, Cool Greg. It's a very nice shout out there, Greg. Remember, if you want to give someone a shout out, please go to kindafunny.com/bestfriend and fill out that form. And now, we've reached almost the end of the show. Believe it or not.
Okay.
It's giveaway time.
Oh, yay.
Each and every day, we reach into our little grab bag of game codes and we throw it out there to someone in the community to win. That's every day here on Kinda Funny Morning Show. How do you get entered to win? Well, there's 4 ways. I know it's fascinating.
Oh, please
right?
tell me all 4.
1, you can be in the Twitch chat just like most of you are right now. 2, you can be a Twitch subscriber. So if you can't make it to the chat and you subscribe to us, you get entered to win. How do you become a subscriber? Of course, yada, 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 Amazon Prime. You got Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Twitch Prime subscription. Give it to us. Stop screwing around. You got to do it every month. Or if you don't give it to us, give it to someone cool. Give it to someone. Because Amazon takes all your money and they're going to rule the world one day. And then they're just going to finally change the name to Skynet and it's going to be fine. Them and Google. 3, you can go to patreon.com/kindafunny or for patreon.com/kindafunnygames and support us at the $2 above level, at which time you will also be entered to win. Before we get to that giveaway, we're sponsored this week. This giveaway is sponsored by Dollar Shave Club. Now, Tim uses Dollar Shave Club. This is a very guy thing. I'm sure they have products for who want to shave as well. But
the shave butter is.
Do you use the shave butter?
Excellent. Yeah, that's what I literally steal it whenever somebody gets sponsored. But
really?
The one thing I will say, I'm not a One White Charlie fan, but I do love me the shave butter.
I don't know what that first part meant.
The One White Charlies?
What's the one?
They're butt wipes that you get from Dollar Shave Club. But they have mint in them. And they make you tingly. And nobody wants a tingly Johnny.
The jury's still out on whether or not I want a tingly Johnny.
No, you don't have a Johnny.
Well,
so.
then I'll take a tingly man Johnny. How about that? No? Well, Tim swears by the Dollar Shave Club, and this is yet another ringing endorsement for the shave butter. Everyone seems to like that. So good. Dollar Shave Club, of course, for a great shave at a great price. Join Dollar Shave Club. New members get their first month of the excellent executive razor and a tube of Dr. Carver's shave butter for only $5 with free shipping. After that, razors are just a few bucks a month. Stop wasting time going to stores to buy gimmicky razors you don't need, or in my case, making your wife go to stores and buy gimmicky razors you don't need. Tim loves the shave butter. We've talked about that. It will change you, hopefully for the better. That's a $15 value for only $5. Get yours at dollarshaveclub.com/morning. So there you go. Hey. If Gav needs more of it.
I like that in the chat, someone said, why didn't anyone tell me I could have a tingly, minty butthole? There you go.
I'm telling you right now,
We're telling
guys,
you now.
I can't recommend Dr. Carver's shave butter because I haven't used it.
So
but
good.
she's used it, and Tim's used it. Great. But what I can recommend is get you some of that tingly, minty butthole.
Yes.
There you go.
Get you a One White Charlie.
Get into that One White Charlie, sir. And we'll go from there. We are also sponsored this week, thankfully, by NatureBox. NatureBox. We all want to eat better. When it comes to snacks, sometimes it feels like the whole world is just trying to tempt Kevin into caloric oblivion. But Kevin, it doesn't have to end that way. Up your snack game with NatureBox. Now, Greg's used NatureBox, I believe. He really, really likes it. NatureBox is over 100 snacks that taste good and are actually better for you. All snacks are made from high quality, simple ingredients, which means no artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners. So you can feel good about what you're eating. I guess Gia loves NatureBox as well, so some of her favorites are the white cheddar caramel popcorn and the spicy sriracha popcorn. They add new snacks every month inspired by real customer feedback, the latest food trends, and professional chefs. It's so simple. Just go to naturebox.com, choose the snacks you want, and NatureBox will deliver them right to your door. And there's no risk. If you ever want a snack you don't like, don't eat it. NatureBox will replace it for free. That's fantastic. Although I have never really met a snack I didn't like. So I'll be honest with you on that one. That's the
My favorite thing with NatureBox is the tingly Johnnies.
Yeah, the thing about the NatureBox, because every NatureBox comes with the tingly Johnny. No, it doesn't. That'd be an amazing service that I'm pretty sure you can't sell over the internet because I've tried to buy that when I was single. Call to action. And right now, you'll save even more. NatureBox is offering Kinda Funny fans 3 free snacks with your first order when you go to naturebox.com/morning. That's naturebox.com/morning.
That is
for
the call
3
to action.
free snacks. That is a call to action. I like how I read call to action.
Call to action, fuck.
naturebox.com/morning, guys. Go there, get your free snacks, and thank you for sponsoring this episode of The Morning Show. It's giveaway time. Today we're giving away Friday the 13th on the PS4. That's the platform du jour. It's the platform of choice for us. And our winner today comes from Patreon. Congratulations to Josh Jackson. You have won Friday the 13th PS4. And no, yes, the name was randomly chosen.
Joshua Jackson.
But I'd like to believe it's Joshua Jackson from Fringe and Dawson's Creek fame.
So sorry to hear about you and Diane Kruger. So sorry.
that is heartbreaking. You know, a lot of people breaking up these days. Yeah. The whole Chris Pratt, Anna Faris thing broke my heart.
Here's the thing, though. I like what Kristen Bell said about it. She was like, you know, it's not really a thing that should make everyone sad. That's just how it is sometimes. And, like, it's got to feel shitty to be
she, like, forecasting her and Dax Shepard?
That was what everybody was worried about.
Because I saw Chips over the weekend, and if ever there was a reason to break up with your significant other, that is the fucking reason right there.
But I just feel like she's right. Like, it's got to feel pretty shitty to be like, all right, we're announcing our divorce, and everyone be like, I'm so sad. You think I'm not fucking sad about it?
You think it affects your life for half an hour.
Shut the fuck up. I
think about my life for the rest of my... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think people are a little too tied into that, but I think more often than not, they don't realize that these are real human beings.
Yeah, exactly.
That they're talking about. But speaking of that, don't watch Chips. It's terrible. And now we'll go to the comments, the old 3 and 3. We're going to take some questions, comments, and concerns from the Twitch chat, and then we'll go into subscriber-only mode, and then we will give Meg a break because she has to put up with us for a few more hours today. So keep your questions, comments, and concerns. Just like Mr. Yasman300 has, says, Nick and Meg, did you... you saw the trailer for Jackie Chan movie The Foreigner. It's directed by Casino Royale director. Have you seen this trailer yet?
I have seen this trailer.
What'd you think of that?
I'm excited. Jackie Chan.
Badass.
Jackie Chan. That's all you have to say. Jackie Chan. If we want to talk about Tom Cruise being so good doing his own stunts, Jackie fucking Chan.
Jackie Chan has probably been rebuilt like 15 times at this point.
He's incredible.
He's incredible.
He's incredible.
Yeah, that's one of those guys that definitely earned his fame.
Who am I? Sorry.
Let me see what it is. Hey, Nick, Meg, well, if you want honesty, that's all you had to say. I never want to let you down or have you go, it's better off this way. I'm not quite sure what that was. That must have been a line from
That's a song,
Is it a song?
Isn't it a song?
No, I don't know. I'm out of it.
I don't know. Okay.
Laughing Day says, you guys need to do a movie show. Great chemistry. Well, if you guys want to see us talk about movies, tune back in 3 hours. We'll be talking about The Fast and the Furious.
Oh, we have a list. Mama's got a list.
Officially ranking the Fast and Furious movies on the show today. And by officially ranking, I mean we're going to be arguing about that for 30 minutes. And then probably not have an official ranking come out.
To be fair, though, we've been keeping our lists secret from one another. But there was one comment today, this morning, that makes me feel like we're going to be a dynamic duo.
You and I are going to be in sync.
We're going to be unstoppable. We're
going to be the team that can finally overthrow the tyrant that is Tim Gettys.
Look at this. Look at this comment. Don't say what it is, but somebody's on our side, okay? Somebody's on our side.
Okay.
Not saying who.
Yeah, we're not going to say who, but you guys have to tune back in to figure it out. Oh, Nick and Meg, are you excited for Stranger Things Season 2?
Yes and no. Stranger Things Season 1 was so good.
Mm-hmm.
I get always nervous when people when they come back for a new season. I'm like,
you think they're not going to be able to recreate that magic?
Exactly right. Like season 1 was so good, and also I feel like it was a great standalone. Even with the cliffhanger ending, which we won't say what it is, but like the cliffhanger ending to me was also just part of a great season 1.
Yeah, that to me is like, I mean, if you put it in terms of horror books, it's like that's the last page you turn to, and you're like, oh no, and then you never get back to that. So that's true. I didn't think of it that way. Like, I wonder if all of the nuances and charm of the first season will still be charming and nuanced in the second season, or if it's just more of the same, and we're like, how about this?
I'm curious to see how they continue it as well, because to me it seemed so standalone, like it seemed so self-contained. Right. I haven't seen the trailer for the new one, specifically because I avoid all of that stuff, so.
I will be honest with you, and I'm right there with you, and we already agree this, but that is one of, if not the best trailer for
Really?
Yeah. Here's why.
I'll watch it after I've seen it.
They reuse and kind of like tooled Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Oh, that's cool.
And it starts super slow, and then it goes into it, and you start to hear the beat, and you're like, it is just like, it's if they just climbed into my childhood and looked around for a second. We're like, yes, that's the thing he loves most. We're gonna totally fucking tug on that heartstring and bring him back into the fray. That was
what was so great about the first season, was just like everything felt so nostalgic. It felt like an old Spielberg film.
I mean, there's literally a part where the kids are trick-or-treating as Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
In this new trailer.
I've seen
ridiculous.
them still.
It is ridiculous.
I have seen it still.
All right, let's go into sub-only mode right now. This is for subscribers again. Subscribe to us or perish. No, I'm kidding. We love you guys. Did I do that right? I did it right. There you are.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I learned how to type the word subscribers without misspelling it 15 times. We'll take a final few comments from the subscribers, and then we will read subs and go on. Here, Shrub Tim has given me all of my monikers from the Game of Thrones.
Okay.
So it says, Nick the Scarpino, boy of the orgy, user of Propecia. grower of beards, sayer of buttholes, resident of Riverside, guzzler of protein.
Fair.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's really not bad.
It's not bad. I feel like that accurately paints a picture of who I am as a human being. Kevin Elena says, Nick, what's your all-time favorite movie? Mine's the 1989 Batman. What's your all-time favorite movie?
My all-time favorite movie? Forrest Gump.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good movie. Good movie. That's a good one. One of the only movies that every time I watch it makes me cry at the same two scenes.
So good. Forrest Gump and Labyrinth, I think, are like kind of like.
No, Labyrinth's amazing.
Labyrinth's so good.
But every time he sees his kid for the, I know we're gonna wrap up. I know we're taking a few more. All right, fine. I won't go into that. I won't go into that.
What?
I was gonna say every time he sees his
when
kid,
he does, he's like.
And he realizes is he smart or is he stupid? Like, give him the Academy Award. Just give it to him.
Mine is when he says. Mine is when he's talking to Jenny's grave and he's like, he's so smart,
Christ.
and you're like.
Stop talking.
He is so smart.
You're gonna make me cry right now.
He's so smart, Jenny.
There's that movie is so fucking good. It's so good.
Fucking Haley Joel Osment before he was a weird-looking adult.
Oh, but he's so charming now, isn't he? He's played a great role in Silicon Valley this last season.
I didn't say he wasn't. He's just a weird-looking adult.
He's a weird-looking dude. But you know what? So few of us get to be tall in life.
Hey, I'm 5'2". Let me say.
That's fair. That's fair. You're the only person that's walked this office that I'm slightly taller than. Final question for today says, Nick. This comes from Raven Wisha. Says, Nick, Tom Cruise is the same age now as Wilford Brimley was filming Cocoon. That can't possibly be right. But that would be amazing if it was. And Cocoon has come back into my my mindset world for one reason. Steve Guttenberg's on Ballers.
I love that he's come back.
He's back, baby.
We should have had you the whole time.
Dude,
where were you?
I don't know where the goot went, man.
He went. Apparently, his wife died. He raised his kids.
Oh,
isn't that what it was? I believe, if off the top of my head, his wife died and he decided to leave.
Are we talking about
Rick Moranis. You're right. That is Rick Moranis. They're the same person in my head. Okay, they're the same man. I'm sorry. It is Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis also phenomenal.
There you go. Nice save. Look, as a '90s kid, those two in my mind. That guy, the dad character.
The Goot and Rick Moranis are very, very important in my childhood as well.
They're the same person to me, apparently.
Glad. Do you watch Ballers?
No.
You should. You'd like it.
What?
It's so
The Rock,
stupid.
right?
It's. Did you ever watch Entourage?
Begrudgingly and only at the end.
Okay, don't watch Ballers.
Okay, good.
It's basically the same show, but take out movies and put in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Meg, of course, what's up?
I'm reading. It's not the same person.
It's not the same person. Meg, of course, is joining us all day. She'll be on the GOG show later today. But if you would like to support her, you can go over to her YouTube channel, youtube.com/Meg Turney, and subscribe there. She makes phenomenal content. Or if you want to take it up a notch and you want to put your money where your mouth is, go to patreon.com/Meg Turney, and you can support her on her Patreon, just like you probably support us. We appreciate it. It keeps the lights on. It keeps us having amazing guests like this over for your viewing pleasure. Stick around. I will read subscribers while we set up for Kind of Funny Games Daily. But until then, stay classy, San Diego. I know everyone does.